got a few things on the docket. I think we should start with the old stuff, right? And then get into the new stuff.
Okay.
The old is obviously the Jay-Z versus talk, right?
Okay, yeah.
So let's just get that out.
Let's do it.
That's what, 2 weeks old at this point, but yeah, I know we wouldn't go.
Come on.
This was not gonna get past this. This never wasn't gonna get past us. But it's interesting. Jay-Z was on a Twitter Spaces, kind of like reminiscent of Clubhouse. What happened to Clubhouse?
I think it's still a thing. It just ain't like
it ain't popular.
Yeah.
No more. All right, cool. Because Twitter jacked his whole style, stole his whole flow, bar for bar. But okay. But Jay-Z was on Twitter Spaces, and I may be paraphrasing, but he said no one can stand on that versus stage with me when asked about doing the verses. So, Johnnie, what do you think about that?
It's crazy because I was actually in the Twitter Spaces when he said that, and as soon as he said it, in my mind I said this is going to be a topic of discussion for like a week straight. Like I know it is, just because. And even from the moment he said that, so I'm in the Spaces listening or whatever, and I'm going to other social media. So I go back to Facebook, I go back to Instagram, and people already posting the quote, like people that I follow. So first, that's how I know word of mouth is crazy. Because shit just go.
And it's who says
right, yeah, man.
Because if anybody else, like, let's just say, I'm gonna use LL. He's a great example, right? If LL said it would not get this much attention, even though LL is one of them guys, and that's very respectful. You know what I'm saying that too.
It's Jay-Z,
but it's Jay-Z though. Jay-Z. So when Jay-Z speaks, it's going to be headlines.
Yeah, because he don't talk publicly often.
He don't
at all.
He don't.
So, but. Okay, so as an MC, as a rapper, as somebody in the hip hop music industry, Jay-Z's supposed to say that. He's supposed to, right? Cool, we got that out the way. Second, it's Jay-Z. I mean, listen, it's very few hip hop acts, dead or alive, that can actually stand on stage with Jay-Z and do a versus 20 songs.
We talking about hits. We're not talking about how they rap. We're not talking about like, because that's what seems to cloud people's judgment when they want to talk about verses. Because nobody thinks of Jay-Z as this this type. No. The hits are there. I'm talking about like as far as, oh, he doesn't rap better than X, Y, and Z. So this person deserves to be on this stage with him. No, that's not what we're talking about. Those are two different arguments.
So the interesting thing about the whole versus discussion period now is that even, I guess, going on 2 years, in the 2-year lifespan of Verzuz as a company or whatever, we've seen it go through so many different changes. So in the beginning, it was two artists, two producers or whatever on IG playing songs back and forth, playing hits back and forth, right? Yeah. And it slowly evolved into the big production that we see today. So as it evolves, the way that we look at, judge, score versus has changed. So, and I kind of feel like we should look at it for at least going forward, because hopefully we have more big verses this year. But we should look at it like, I guess, pre-Apple, post-Apple. So like when they verses got to Apple, that's when the people started performing on verses. And it kind of changed the landscape of how we look at it, because there's a performance factor now. We didn't have that before, because on IG all you can do is just play the songs. Yeah. So if we're talking Jay-Z pre-Apple, where we just on IG and we playing songs back and forth, it's very few people. I could probably count on one hand, not even use all 5 fingers, that can stand with Jay-Z. And honestly, if we do post Apple and we on stage performing, same thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you was gonna flip the
Let me lay it, bro.
That's why I'm not saying that. I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah. So
I thought you was gonna say some blast.
No. Listen. My Jay-Z hate is only for shits and giggles. Like, I don't really hate Jay-Z. I don't really hate Beyonce. I just do that for shits and giggles. So
I know.
Okay, cool. So it's very, very few people that can stand on stage or sit on IG with all verses and actually go against Jay-Z and like actually, make him quote unquote sweat. So man.
It's because this is the funny thing about it, right? I have seen the most disrespectful takes. I was just like, Jesus Christ, because when this versus thing started, it started with Swiss and Timbo talking about who had the better Jay-Z song.
That's crazy, right?
So how far from God's grace do we have to get to where y'all saying X, Y, and Z will get Jay-Z out of here in the verses? No, nobody's beating Jay-Z. You can get a few points, you can get a lick, but you're not winning.
Fam.
I don't care who it is.
The whole like Ralph, the whole premise of verses is because who had the better Jay-Z songs?
But now all of a sudden, all of Jay's contemporaries are the ones that can get him out the paint. Oh, Nas can beat him in the verses. Respectfully, no, he can't. We're talking about Nas shined away from the commercial success,
right?
So
which is
his own doing.
Helped him.
He wanted to do
right,
that, right,
and that's okay,
and that's fine. But he ain't got 20. He ain't got 20 for Jay, and that's respectful.
It is
right.
It is what it is, man.
Who else have I heard? Drake. I'll give Drake that. Drake stay up.
Drake is one of the few.
Kanye definitely one of the few.
One of the few. I heard a lot of people say Wayne.
Oh yeah, Wayne can, but everything that people point to with Wayne is dependent on his performance. Wayne can perform better than Jay-Z, but last time we saw Wayne perform was no, the 3-6 verses. Nobody talked about that. Everybody talked about Terrence Howard coming out. Nobody talked about Wayne coming out. Ain't that something? But Wayne is the one that's supposed to get Jay-Z out here in the verses. If he has to perform his own songs, you better be lucky you remember the damn lyrics. Y'all want him to remember codeine lyrics from The Drought and dedication to beat Jay-Z when Jay-Z can literally go on stage and perform any song he's ever made from 1996. Are you kidding me? Lil Wayne don't perform nothing from The Block Is Hot. He don't have to, but he doesn't. He don't perform nothing pre-Carter.
This is one of those instances pre-post Apple. Pre-Apple, all right, we can have a conversation. Post Apple, Jay-Z is getting Wayne out of here because I feel like Jay-Z it's probably still one of the greatest performers out there today.
And he's not even like one of the most essential performers. Like when you think about performance, you think about what Wayne was able to do, what Busta Rhymes is able to do right now. Jay-Z has a way of captivating. I've seen him in concert a few times. He's not somebody that does a lot, but he has great crowd control.
Right. And for that, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. We just saw the same thing with Kanye when him and Drake did that when they did their show. Same thing with Kanye. So yeah, man. But I mean, listen. Clearly, Jay-Z is never doing a versus. Versus platform is too small for Jay-Z. I'm sorry.
It needs to be Jay-Z and friends. They gave D'Angelo a solo versus. Let Jay-Z come out. Just bring him out.
Because at that point, it's just a Jay-Z concert. And listen, I'm here for it. I haven't seen whole concert. Man, what? Say less. I've never seen Jay perform it live, so I would stay up past midnight to see this shit. Like, so
it's kind of like I'll say this, like Jay-Z got so many, man, and it's like I went to see Drake 5 years ago now when he was on stage when he did the tour with Future. Okay, that's 5 years ago. 5 years of less hits. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Now Jay-Z don't pump out music at that rate, especially right now, but he can do 2 hours.
I was about to say back when he was consistently putting out music. A lot of that music has aged really well. So even playing that music today is like, fam.
That's the thing. And I think that's one of the reasons why we haven't brought up Eminem in the conversation. Eminem definitely got 20.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Let's not play Marshall like that. Now I don't see. This is my thing, right? No. I drew my line in the sand and said Jay-Z was my GOAT. But I always have to defend him, and when I defend him, it sounds like I'm shitting on other people, and I don't want to do that because I'm a fan of Marshall. I'm a fan of Nasir, but y'all make me say crazy. Y'all say crazy things.
Listen, but I'm gonna tell y'all, as an Eminem fan, a lot of Eminem's earlier work, let's just say from the first 3 albums,
let's say from Slim Shady to Eminem Show,
wouldn't fly today.
No, it ain't nobody trying to hear none of that. No. You know how people have used Jay-Z's work, like his most evergreen hits, the biggest joints against him. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear Run This Town and Forever Young and all this. I'm like, okay.
Run this town, yes. I would
No,
love to hear that.
I'm just saying, like, don't like
Yeah.
Empire State of Mind. That does nothing for me. I'm not from New York, so I don't really care. Like, I mean, respect, like I don't.
I feel you. I feel you.
That's like one of those songs that be like, but
I'm always thinking
Eminem got a couple of them too.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid. I'll say not afraid and real Slim Shady and I'm just saying,
I love
my
that
name
song.
is that's supposed to win.
Listen, as much no. The answer is no. But as much as I love my name is, fam, no, I don't hear this in my verses, bro. I can't, no, fam.
Somebody said I don't want to hear 20 rounds of Fred Durst and Christina Aguilera disses. I said, hey, yo, like some of these tastes be mildly disrespectful, but they be true at the same time. Because look, we just know this, right? Jay-Z isn't who he is by being nice.
Yeah.
You don't ascend to being one of the GOATs. You know, anybody, you can pick and choose who you want to, but he's in the conversation. You don't be in the conversation by saying that, oh, I think, especially Kanye, like the little nigga I raised in music can beat me in 20 songs. Yeah. Even though I think that Kanye is a better artist. I've always said that.
Right. I mean, that's big facts. Listen, man, I'm still stuck off the Fred Durst lyrics. Like, man, that shit was so funny. But it's true. But it's true though, man. Eminem is my guy, but fam,
Eminem can put words and syllables and motifs together like nobody's business. But we talking about 20 hits though. Like this ain't rapping ability. Those are two different things.
Yeah, man.
That's always been my thing though. But yeah, we could.
It's so funny. This shit was so funny, bro. Last thing. So, like I said before, like the sheer impact that Jay-Z just as the person has is crazy. Because again, that was like the story and headline for a week and a half straight. Yeah. I could only imagine like the world would literally stop if Beyonce was in the spaces. Like Twitter would crash.
And she said something like, I don't know who. At least in Beyonce's thing, right? The only people we often compare her to is Mike, and we know who Mike is, and we know who Beyonce is. But there's nobody really for Beyonce to even say, "I'm gonna do a versus against." It's not. Now she can say that, and nobody should really have a problem with it.
Yeah, but you know, people gonna come.
People like, well, if Michael Jackson was here, Michael Jackson.
Rest in peace, but he ain't.
But listen. Michael Jackson would benefit from playing it over versus playing over IG, because if we had to perform right now, Mike would have been what 60 something. Yeah.
Right. He could have had Chris. He could have tagged Chris Brown.
You would have had to go get some help.
Oh my God, that's funny. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's interesting to me. It was interesting to see in live action the impact of Jay-Z. Like, and what I mean by that, you know, literally hearing him speak live in the Twitter spaces, and from the things that he was saying, people taking that, you know, and just running on social media with it. Like seeing that in I guess in person, or hearing it and then seeing it happen instantly was insane. Like, it's the influence is crazy and cannot be denied. It's nuts. Yeah, it's nuts.
Man, let's think of